Some action in the South region with Lipscomb and the 3-seed Iowa State. Iowa State making their 4th straight NCAA tourney appearance. No Keyshawn Gilbert in this one. Lipscomb making just its 2nd NCAA tournament appearance in school history. Picking things up mid-first half. Iowa State up 4. Momcilovic for 3, drills it. Cyclones go up 7th. Just a few minutes later, up 11. More for Momcilovic. Gets the turnaround jumper, buries that. The Cyclones up 13. Caps a 14-0 run for Iowa State there. Just over 3 to go in the half. Iowa State now up 12. Momcilovic again drives the baseline, gets the finish underneath. The Cyclones up 16 at the break, their largest halftime lead in NCAA tournament school history. By the way, early in the second, Kelderman with the steal takes it the other way for the layup plus the foul. Cyclones up 18 after the missed free throw. Kelderman for 3 knocks it down. The Cyclones walk on, making the most of his minutes. Had 3 total points this season coming into that matchup. Now we have here Iowa State up 26. Chatfield with the slam. Cyclones up 28. 23 points Iowa State had off of 17 Lipscomb turnovers. Iowa State now up 23. Curtis Jones for the triple, rattles it in, finished with 17 points, and the Cyclones go on to win it 82-55. Iowa State advances to the round of 32 in back-to-back seasons for the first time since 16-17. Their largest NCAA tourney win in school history, winning by 27. Iowa State going to play the winner of Ole Miss UNC. Right back here on CBS Sports HQ, I'm Jacqueline D'Agostino alongside Mike O'Donnell. A busy couple of days, busy weekend for us here. Iowa State punching their ticket, going to the round of 32. What impressed you the most about how they were able to handle their business? Because we saw some 1 seeds too that were, I don't know, playing down to the competition a little bit yesterday, and it really felt like this wasn't even close at any point with Iowa State. They really had a solid lead the whole time.
Yeah, Iowa State did what they were supposed to do, but there's layers to that. So there's no Keyshawn Gilbert, who was their 2nd leading scorer, and one of their more dynamic defenders as well. And we were all kind of sitting here wondering, what would they look like? And they took care of business on both ends of the floor. Completely dominant in the paint. Defensively, Lipscomb couldn't get anything. And if you could just go all the way down the stat sheet, everything was almost perfect for Iowa State. And even though they didn't have to make a lot of threes, just 7 of 19 from 3, they scored 23 points off of 17 Lipscomb turnovers. They had 50 points in the paint. Complete and total domination on the interior. Momcilovic was great. And I'll tell you something else, Jacqueline, to watch for. We were curious to see what they were going to play like without Keyshawn Gilbert, right? Number 1. Number 2, Tamin Lipsey only had to play 24 minutes. And so he was questionable coming into this game. He has a groin injury, and he's kind of banged up in other areas. When you can win games like this and blow a team out with your point guard, who's also your leader, is a top 5 point guard in the country, in my opinion, and he only has to play 24 minutes, he was able to get loose, keep his rhythm, but also feel rested going into the round of 32. That's a big, big deal for the Cyclones.
Yeah, you mentioned no Keyshawn Gilbert, and this is a team that has dealt with injuries a whole lot. I mean, we were talking about that with Baylor as well. This point in the season, that's just kind of the reality of the game. Momcilovic here, 17 points in the first half alone. Him, Lipsey, the way that you've been able to see them kind of get into their groove and be, I don't want to say completely healthy, but healthy-ish. Are you expecting more of that for them to build on that momentum from those guys moving forward, especially when they're going to be without guys like Keyshawn Gilbert for the rest of the tournament?
In December, I thought Iowa State was my pick for national champion.
A lot of people did.
I thought they were that good. And if you remember, about halfway through the season, it was looking like, yeah, Iowa State, maybe the 2nd or 3rd best team in the country, and Auburn was playing otherworldly. For a while there, Iowa State's only loss was to Auburn. It was just by 2 points out in Maui, and Momcilovic got hurt. And it really disrupted the offensive rhythm of Iowa State. Their defense remained elite. They're the 9th best defense in the country, according to KenPom. They've essentially been a top 5, top 10 defensive team in the country. But their offense really struggled when Momcilovic went out because of how he stretches the floor. He's that floor stretching big that adds so much pressure on the defense. And then when he came back, they almost had to reset again after changing how they play offensively. Now he's back. And I feel like that's a That's a big deal. Iowa State is absolutely still a threat to go to the Final Four because of how balanced, physical, and tough they are. I always like to say Iowa State is like Novocaine, right? You just give it time, and they're going to find a way to make it work.
All right, we certainly appreciate it, Mike. And again, Iowa State is going to play the winner of Ole Miss, UNC. That's going to be a great battle in and of itself. We'll have to see what happens and who the Cyclones are going to play moving forward, but nonetheless, punching their ticket to the round of 32. Make sure you download that March Madness Live app so you don't miss a minute of the action. You can watch every men's game live on all of your favorite devices.